Hello fellow Travis backers. I'm just gonna make a quick little unboxing video. From my knowledge there isn't one online, so I just wanted to make one for those who are waiting in anticipation to receive theirs. I received an email on September 10th saying that they were gonna send me a tracking number the following day, and I should receive my package shortly. I was completely unaware, and to my surprise, that it only took 2 days for it to arrive to my house. So that's quite nice. It's always nice when something's delivered to you a lot sooner than you anticipate. This was backed up on Indiegogo back in well, I placed my bid in March 23rd, 2017. So I'm one of the earlier backers. So let's get on with opening it. DHL was the courier that brought it to me. It came in a slightly bigger package than this. This is just your bubble wrap. I'm just gonna quickly just rip this apart. Because I was an earlier backer, I received this looks like it's the protective case. I received this one for free, just as being an early backer. That's one of the perks, along with free lifetime system updates. So any over-the-air upgrades that they'll be sending will be free for early backers such as myself. So with it out of the package, very nice feel to it, like a soft silicone. I do like the color accents here for just for the fob here. It looks like there is a button there and an opening for the microphone, and what I'm assuming the micro SD card. It came with a card also, just a thank you and a heads up for the updates, following update that we will be getting, and any feedback that will help with them and their system updates on making the system, the product, work a lot faster and better. So this is the initial package, wrapped in plastic. It says Travis the Translator, contents, Translator itself, USB charging cable, and a user manual. Those are the specifications for those people that don't know. And let's go ahead and open the box now. So the box is inside this sleeve, which is quite nice. As you can see with the lighting is the imprint of what the device actually looks like with the buttons. And here it is. Looks like that's the SIM. It's going to be a lot easier when I have two hands. Headphone jack, USB jack, and the on and off button. That's what that button on the back of that silicone sleeve was. So aside from the device itself, this little manual there says welcome to the world of Travis. And what I'm assuming underneath is just the rest of the charger and contents. So just give me a sec. So after some juggling around, it's just a little quick setup here, quick setup guide, and of course the USB charger, pretty lengthy, which is nice. And the inside of the box, designed by Travis. It is a really nice box. The packaging itself feels nice. Definitely put their time and effort for designing that for us. It's not just a typical, you know, piece of cardboard with the device thrown in, which is nice. Detail is always nice. So I'm just gonna connect this and see if I can get a quick little charge on it and turn it on, set it up, which I believe there is a helpful video on YouTube already on setting it up. So after I do that, I'm gonna test it firsthand. I speak Spanish as a second language, so let's hope that it works just like in the marketing videos that we've seen. I went ahead and put the device inside the protective case. Initially it came with a pretty good charge, about, it said 77%. So I started playing around with it instead of giving the full charge, just so I can finish the video. A couple things right off the bat that that I don't like is well, I'll turn it on for you and let you see the color of the display without as much glare. So I am holding down the on button. That was about 10 seconds. It's a little unnecessary, but it says Travis the Translator, powered by Android. Now, one thing that I was thinking when using this, right off the bat, setting it up to Wi-Fi, it's pretty simple if you're an Android user and you're used to setting up your devices. When I did set it up to Wi-Fi, it did run an update, and it was pretty quick. I'm not sure exactly what update that was, but one of the things that I was thinking about was Travis the Translator do they have something proprietary with their translating system, or is this basically just a smaller, inexpensive cell phone you can bring with you to translate with the locals? Either way, most people do bring their cell phones anyways in case of emergencies or just pictures, or to use as a alternative to a laptop. It's a little easier to keep with you and just use the Wi-Fi on your trips, because from my experience, the translator is it's not that accurate. I was testing it both English and Spanish here. I speak both fluently, and it didn't translate it as accurate as I was hoping it would. Using the Google Translator through text, from my experience, is a lot more accurate. Using the Travis here, I'd say about 70% accuracy. It's not saying the complete incorrect translation. It's just, I don't know, some locals might laugh at you or might not understand exactly what you're asking for in some cases. So I will ask, or I will use it in Spanish first. And as you can see here, this top button is the volume, so I'll turn it up. It is a little tinny. I think in a public setting, headphones will be ideal. Or unless the person just holds it up to their ear, and that's using it without the case. It's with and without, it's pretty much the same. There is a port here at the top, but the case is not the issue. I tried the sound and the volume, and it's too tinny for me. I wish that it would be a little louder, and I also wish that you could select the voice. So for instance, I was trying English to German, and it was a male voice, and now I'm doing Spanish to English, and it's a female voice. So I wish that you could select a tone of voice manually rather than just getting an automatic choice. So right here, you just press which language you want. So initially the device came with a charge of it said 77%. So I didn't charge it all the way. What I did is I played around with it. I put the case on. I tried the volume with it on and off, but I'm gonna go through it from the beginning and let you know what I liked and didn't like. So right now, starting it, you do have to hold the button for a good, I'd say 6 to 7 seconds, which I find it a little unnecessary. You have to hold it down tight. That's even with the case off. So as you see here, Translator, Translator, powered by Android. One thing I'm not completely sure is if Travis has any sort of proprietary technology or software that separates it from just being a cheap alternative of a cell phone to take on your travels, because it is pretty much just using the Google Translator, and from my experience, text, the Google Text Translator is a lot more accurate. Speech, I'd say, is about 70% accurate on the Travis, which is the same thing as the speech translator for Google. I really hope that in the future with updates, they can kind of separate themselves from that and make it a lot more seamless and a lot better and accurate. So the setup was pretty basic. The YouTube videos were not helpful. That's one thing I didn't like. So if you're familiar with Android itself, then setup should be a breeze with Wi-Fi. I don't have a separate SIM card to install, so I'm just working with the Wi-Fi option right now. There was one initial update that prompted me as soon as I did connect to Wi-Fi. I'm not sure exactly what update that was. One thing that bothers me about the device is the fact that no matter where you click it, you'd be able to see it without the sleeve, but the whole thing clicks down no matter where you press. Another is the screen. I appreciate that they're trying to separate themselves from other devices. Not necessarily ones that do the same thing, but just other devices with a square screen by making it circle. The only thing is that with setup, so there's a volume there, volume down. This the down arrow is basically just to access your previous translations. So one thing here, the menu is difficult because you can either, it's touch sensitive, or you can click it for some things, but it makes it tough to put any passwords or navigate. I wanted to show you guys the menu. There we go. So you see there, the first one's Wi-Fi, second icon is for data, third is for Bluetooth, and the fourth and final icon is just for battery. Scroll down from Wi-Fi, you have your mobile data, Bluetooth, system language, and factory reset. And the version that it's on. So aside from the navigation being a little difficult because of the clicking and also the touch sensitivity, the language is set to Spanish and English. So let's just test it with Spanish. So whichever language you want to, you click the arrow whichever language it's set on the screen. So let's try English first. Can you take me to the library, please?
¿Puedes llevarme a la biblioteca, por favor?
So that's one thing when I was playing around with it, with English to German, it gave me a male tone of voice. I wish that you could select your own. For this example, it's giving me female's voice, which is okay, I guess. The translation is actually accurate, 100%. One word can alter that by about 25%. I noticed I said something similar earlier on and it gave me just something completely off. So a local will either laugh at you or they will have a trouble trouble understanding you. So let's try it in Spanish. Quiero ir a la playa a tomar una cerveza.
I want to go to the beach to have a beer.
Again, that translation was 100% accurate. I'm thinking that maybe that's what the update did. Although I kind of doubt that in just a day of its release, or a couple days of its release, that they went through all the translating kinks and solved that problem. So it might just be that I worded it slightly different, off by one word, and it gave me something completely off. But it is nice that it does seem to learn, in the sense that it translates it a lot faster. I noticed the first thing I was translating while I was charging it a while ago was that it did take about 10 to 12 seconds for it to translate. Now it's about 5 seconds or less. So that is nice, but hopefully that becomes seamless as the updates start rolling out here. So the volume is pretty good, although I do suggest possibly in a public setting using headphones, or the person that you're trying to communicate with holds it up to their ear like a cell phone. For the most part, the feel of it is pretty nice. The screen, like I said, it has good brightness. There is no setting for the brightness, so it is fixed. I do wish that it was you know, a square or slightly bigger screen. I'll show you guys here an example. So I go to the Wi-Fi menu, and it looks like a classic Android setting, only that the corners are cut off because it's a circle bezel basically. It doesn't bother me, but I'm not sure later on if you're reading something that's being translated that's slightly longer, it might cut it off. So I'll go to the back here and give you a previous translation. So that was, can you tell me where the art museum is? Translate from English to French. It sounds a little muffled. Try it again. And so that's basically it. Like I said, the videos on setting it up, they aren't that helpful, but if you play around with it, you can figure it out. If you're an Android user, you'd figure it out a little bit faster. I didn't go through the instructions. I will now that I'll have a little bit more time that when it's charged. But that's basically it. Leave a comment or a question and I'll try and answer you as fast as I can. Thank you for watching, and like the video, and hopefully you like your Travis, and we can make the updates a little bit better with the support from the community of the other backers worldwide.